Hi, guys. Hello. Welcome. Welcome in. Hi, guys. Hello. Hi. Hi, Lisa. How are ya? Hello, Maria. How's everybody? Hi, Holly. Do you guys mind sending me your emails on my DM at some point? Like people that are here all the time, because it would be really nice to be able to, or at least go on Instagram and DM me like this is my name on YouTube, because I can't find some people. It's like crisis intervention after crisis intervention over here right now. It's been an interesting day. How's everybody doing? Everything good? Oh, I went to this beautiful mall today that I have not been to in maybe 10 years. And it had, great there. Everybody's doing great. I'm so glad. Can't wait to see the palette. You guys, I have to say, I'm going to pull the other ones out. Okay. I only have two and the new one. First of all, you guys, they are so sweet at that store. These kids, listen to me. Those crazy kids, they're like working so hard there. I'm like, I don't need like the 4% commission or whatever it was going to be from Byredo. I'm like, just call, just get it. And I said to them, it's so funny. I'm like, I know so many people that were just saying, give us the darn palette and we're going to give you the money. Like, why are you playing all these games? They didn't even know that it had been released at Nordstrom for 3 hours or whatever it was. So, haven't even opened mine yet. I thought the swatches were so good. Did you guys see the swatches that I posted? This palette is way better quality than the other ones that they've put out. And there's different formulas. I think that was like my biggest pet peeve with these, is that I felt like everything was like pretty much like a shimmer or whatever. It's like, what did we get here? Like 2 mattes or something? Like not even. I love this palette. Anybody who wants to give me a cool tone palette, I'm here. But I really feel like they said that they've worked on the formula. It is amazingly better than these. And we'll swatch them all. I'm going to be a swatching fool, even though you guys know that's what I always say I'm not going to do. Here it is. Very excited. I feel like they were teasing us, and I don't like that feeling. And paying an extra $35 from Selfridges sounded horrible. And I'm like looking online, and there's a store like 30, 40 minutes from my house that's only Byredo. The small had Gucci, YSL, you name it, they were there. I was like, what year is it? And where have I gone that this is a mall filled with stores that people are shopping at that are very expensive? It was bizarre. Every mall around me is so sad. Like sad. They're all getting closed and they are all, there's really like no information on here at all. It's just, it's insane. Saw the swatches. I know. Didn't even re-up my Selfridges yearly shipping. The tariffs are just too much. And I had already done mine. So they have like my extra money that I really like back. Be really nice. I think that we need some change. Like I just got off the phone with my friend whose store I work at, and she is in ultra like panic mode. Like we've got to do something. And she's been in business for 13 years. So I just don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen. And they increased to 130 minimum. Oh, I know. And like when I order my Suku stuff, okay, so she has supposedly sent me the skin tint. I haven't had a chance to order the concealer because it's not enough to even have them ship it to me and pay. I have to get to a certain amount. I'm like, great. Can you let me know? Can I get the collection early since I'm getting one of the palettes for PR? I'll pay for them, but can they be part of my order so that I can share it? I don't even know if they answered me because literally my husband and I went out for dinner tonight because it is so beautiful in Chicago today. It was like, I don't know, like I'm going like late 70s, early 80s kind of weather. And it was just sunny and pretty and not crisp yet, but you could tell that fall was coming. And it was just, I don't know, it's just like a really nice to be out. It's an outdoor walking mall, which is so awesome. What is my sister sending me? I can't repeat it. I bet the humidity was down. It's my, oh, I know. Like, okay, my hair is a disaster because last night I took the band off because I had had it on for so long. It was like giving me a headache. And I'm really like hopped up after the lives. It takes me a while. Plus, it's like a disaster. No matter what I do, like I like to wake up in the morning to a clean beauty area. So I will stay up as late as I have to like organize my stuff here because I can't stand that. Anyway, my CurrentBody is charged. I'm so happy. That was a little bit weird that happened. Hold on. How do I refresh? Hold on. I'm trying to, I might have to go on Selfridges. They delayed the collection by a couple of days. And it was weird. I found like one lipstick there and she's like, we don't have it. I was like, okay. They're mostly like a perfume store. How do you stay in business as just a perfume store? And they didn't have the other new palette. Did you guys see the blue? that Byredo does. I don't generally buy their other eyeshadows. I kind of just go for this one. I don't see it on here. I'm going to have to go on Selfridges. And they always kind of don't do a great job. They leave a lot of stuff off. All right. I'm just going to pop this on for a second. Okay. So it's called Bibliophilia. I don't think the formula in the smaller oyster shell pals. I don't either. And I want to like it because the color stories are different and interesting. These are my jam. And I have to say, I'll probably blind everybody, but oh, this one has more of a more difficult open. Oh my goodness. Hello. Okay, so I thought because Lucia Pita, she's the one that is the I Love Reds designer. You can thank her for the Bordeaux from Victoria Beckham. And of course, you have your reds up here. Guys, the formula is so good. Like, I'm the worst swatcher in America. I am. Like, I just am terrible at it. And I don't know how to make them even or pretty or whatever. I just went boop, 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 and put them on my arm and like stood in the sun and then stood not in the sun. And I thought they were so good. And the red Chanel back one too. Yes. This woman is a red lover. And I think red eyeshadow can kind of be bunny rabbit sometimes. So it's kind of weird. So these are nice mirrors for travel. And I could really go anywhere with this. Like if you cover these up, check out the palette. Like for you neutral lovers out there that have my heart, that's a neutral palette. Leaning cooler, leaning warmer, but honestly, I didn't expect to see a whole lot of cool anything. And clearly, we do. It's a very well balanced palette. I feel like the first palette that we got, well, I don't have the first one with all those pretty colors. This was my first year. This is 2 years ago. And this one, I traveled with my remembrance and I lost the darkest brown matte and the first silver. They came out. Is this really fragile to travel with? I've always wondered that. I live in fear of like things popping out. And I don't know, like I'm not real graceful, like getting into like my airplane seat. I'm usually like elbowing my way in. They just fell out. All right. So maybe we're not going to travel with it, but it's a nice palette. We're not used to having big palettes anymore. You know, we talked about this last night. Like, we're kind of quad people, you know? If Dior makes a decent powder, we'll do a quint. It is stunning. This is a beautiful palette. This is Remembrance. And it was just a very warm palette that also had some silvers. So you could do a look with silver and it kind of balanced it. And then last year, all of the cool tone people were ecstatic. And the blue lovers and the silver lovers. I mean, this palette really did it for me. You know, I didn't really care if it wasn't great. These are not good travelers. Okay, hi, Hillary. It's nice to meet you. They're still beautiful. I mean, the pigment is just kind of delish. All right, I'm going to swatch this. You get like some swatching things ready here. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. I was so excited to go there today. And I had a fun little Monday. Like, who has fun on a Monday? I never do. Warm with silver. I'd never done that until Remembrance. I know. But now you know you can. It's kind of nice to be able to mix it up. Okay. I am going to... I can't decide. I went straight across when I did it at the store. I'm tempted to do this group together and this group together. Are you guys into that? Because it's kind of like the cool, warm situation. Anyone who would like to put their 2 cents in here, I'm willing to take direction. Okay, I'm going to do side by side. All right, let's give my arm a little hydration because it's very dry. It's not dirt on my arm, you guys. I'm getting these weird bruises from my autoimmune. Don't let them bother you. Okay. Here we go. All right, we're going to start. If you look at the, you know what? I'm going to put one of my photos up because they're so much better than this picture. And I'm going to make myself big. You know what? All right, here is the palette in case you haven't seen it from them. This is the front of it. It does have all of the color names on the back, which I find completely unhelpful. If they were on the front, maybe. They do all have names, and we can go through them when I swatch, but Bibliophilia is ready. Ooh, one of my pans is popping out. Uh-oh. This pan popped. No. You were too expensive to do this. Lisa, I see what you mean. Were you able to press them back in or no way? No. Shoot. All right. We're going to be very gentle and careful with this little baby. Let me put my photos up here in 1 second. Okay. So here are some of the pics that they put out. That's definitely cool. That's definitely warm and cool. Look, they already show them to you broken. I did. I pressed it right back in. That was so weird. It was like coming out of the well. All right, let's get my photos up here. Okay. I thought that I dropped them in here. Oh, I can hear my husband talking to our dog right now. It's very funny. All right. Okay, so just FYI, I want to show you guys this really fast before I pull this up. This is the new palette that they just put out. Just so you have seen it, they did not have it yet. This is it. I told you guys the 80s are coming back in a big way. And they are. All right, let's get this baby swatched. Let me get a photo up here. All right, here we go. Let's do me big for the swatches, and then we'll put a picture up and we'll compare. I'm going to be really careful, and I'm going to do 4 at a time. So I'm going to go here. Okay, so this is the first 4. Can you guys, is that focused? This is Mind Solace, Wordsmith, Chronicle, and Epitome. It's a very educational. We're going to go back in. We're going to help this one a little. It's kind of like skin color. Okay, those are the first swatches. And that would be, for you guys, the bottom starting over here, the first 4. So they really have like nice pigmentation. And there's different formulas that you can see in here. I'm going to go into, oh, I did this one. Sorry. You know what? I messed up. I'm not even like listening to myself. It's been a long day. Okay, let me do this again. This is number 3, and this is number 4 because I'm going down. There we go. Now you can kind of see where this cooler leaning color story is going to be going. Okay, next I'm going to go here, 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 and here. So weird to have like a big eyeshadow palette again. I mean, they're picking up nicely. And look at that shine. I don't remember that. Do you guys? I mean, this is like no effort. They're just really neutral. Why is that so great? Because I love neutrals. Okay, I'm going to do the last one from this group. Boy, this is a nice palette to grab if you need a transition color. Think about how many transition colors are here. They are so pretty, Lisa. I know. I did not even think I was going to like the palette when I got there. I was so scared. I was like, I didn't know. I would only use the gold side of the palette. Well, let's see how you feel about it, because I kind of think sometimes you can use warm tones to help the cool tones look cooler. All right, I'm going to start going across this way now. So I'm going to take the first 3 and the little guy that was falling out. Okay, here's the swatches. Like, I don't think it's unbearably warm. I mean, this is a little, I'm mad at this one anyway. This is one that was falling out. The cool side, Joss, I saw that. Cold, cool. There we go. Really pretty, though. Okay. We're going into these next 4. It is wild to have an 18 shade palette. I feel like it's just so many options. I don't know what to do. That's warm. You can see how it's building here. It's like 2 palettes in one. Okay, we've got the Lucia Pina. Wow. Okay. Well, this is very reminiscent of like the Sunset palette or something. Those are some shades. Look at the difference. It's almost like temperature, you know? I'm a warm olive, so I always need to add a little warmth to any cool look to look normal. I know people who are not cool toned have the same issue that we have with all the warm tone palettes, except normally you guys get most of the palettes. You don't see a lot of cool tone palettes out there. I think these are really beautiful. They swatched really well. We're going to see how they go on the eye. I'm happy to do a couple different looks. I would like to maybe start with a cool and a warm and then maybe kind of play. Does that sound appealing to people? There are some really interesting colors, like the ones that are super shimmery. Let me just pull these out again. The reds are staining, you guys. Just FYI, it's going to stain your lid. The way that you can kind of avoid some of that is to really put down like an eyeshadow base. I want them to do a surprise re-release of Mineralscapes. I don't think that they're going to do a surprise. I would like for them to do a surprise. What was the one that from the year before Remembrance? It was very different colors. I cannot think of the name of it for the life of me. It was does anybody know it off the top of their head? It's been years that worms have been more plentiful. It must make cool tone people frustrated. Kalahari, that was it. Let's see if we can find Kalahari in here so we can just kind of look at a picture. I'm kind of excited about this one because I feel like it's really user friendly. There we go. I'm in love with like this. This is an interesting thing, and I don't mind these. I mind that. I didn't start buying Byredo bug palettes until Remembrance, the big palettes. Yeah, I didn't either. Kalahari, I think, kind of came out of nowhere for me because I just wasn't as, I don't know. It was like a UK brand, and I just feel like we had less. Just want you guys to see this on images. Here we go. Okay, so that was Kalahari. I remember thinking like, wow, that reminds me a lot of this. Let's just throw a whole bunch of things that we made that didn't go with anything else and put them in a palette together. It's interesting. The front of the first one Ismaya did for Byredo looked like a possessed doll head. She definitely likes to mix up the colors. I saw she released some palettes. speaking of which, I got a chance to look at the new collection from, what's his name? This is my menopause brain today, and I just want you to know that it's a thing. What is the gentleman's name that just put out a huge collection at Sephora for the first time? We love him. He's a great makeup artist. I cannot think of his name right now. I'm such a great content creator / influencer. I don't even know the names of these. Thank you, Hung Van Gogh. The palettes are so pretty, you guys. I swatched the purple one, and most of the shades were really good. We know purples are really hard. I also swatched the neutral one. It's like glam with less shades. Prismatic was the crazy palette. Is that crazier than this? Did they have a first one? This isn't the first one? Prismatic. Oh, hello. Yes, I can see this. This is like a circus. Maybe that's where she got the idea. There we go. Okay, that is the possessed doll head. Wow. Wow. Hold on. It makes me keep re-adding the screens as I get to different parts. Okay, this is like a Halloween thing or something. That is the possessed doll head. Okay, I'm glad I missed that one. Kalahari I kind of wanted, but it was a little bit warm. It was $110 or $100 then. I just didn't go for it. I hate Reddit. So that was interesting. I feel like this is much more grown up. Let's try them. Let's try them out. Let's see what we think. Let's play with makeup. Ruffer is going to send me some brushes. I was kind of excited. I do have a bunch of theirs. I'm going to use a mixture of whatever I've got going here. I'll tell you what they are. I'm not like a brush aficionado though. Like I know when I like them and I know when they work, but I'm not like a foodie knowledgeable person. After you got Remembrance and loved it so much, you'd wish you got in the Kalahari, but this new one is even better. I'm thinking this was worth the wait. I think it's going to make everybody happy, first of all. Like, no matter where you are on the cool, warm spectrum, I feel like there's something for you in the palette. I was excited when I swatched it. And I remember thinking I want to do like a really taupe looking thing. I am going to put a little MAC Painterly paint pot on here. This is what I like to use for not staining and just kind of blacking out I took my eye makeup off, but left my mascara on. I didn't feel like redoing it again. So we'll just put this down. We'll hope we don't get a lot of staining. And if we do, we'll just keep that eye warm. I'll keep one cool and one warm for the time being. All right, I'm going to try to start it off as like an everyday kind of a look, and then move into more of a nighttime vibe. I'm going to see how this would look just kind of all over. That's like a pearl. Whoa. Okay, I could do this one and done right now with a little taupe. Guys, I love using my hands. How pretty is that? Just the pearly. Like with one of those pearly looking purses like they have at Chanel this year. Okay, that is like stunning and so pigmented, but not in like an out of control way, because I'm not like, ooh, I need pigmentation. I want to do a little something in the crease here to just sort of see what we can do. Just take my Angie Hot and Flashy A503. I'm going to go into this like kind of matte taupe and just carve out my fake crease because my eye is super hooded. I haven't zipped today. I had to zip out of here. When I zip, I get a lot more lid space. It's kind of nice. But the area that sticks out the most over here, what I do is I take a little teeny bit of a darker shadow and put it there just to really push that back. So when you're looking at me straight on, this will be a little bit darker than the rest of it because I want it to look like it's going back and it's not hanging in front. And then I just like to kind of blend those together. I'm going to take my fingers now and go into this kind of cocoa brown color. You guys, these go on like so easy and like butter. And I honestly think this is so I'm like excited about it. I haven't been excited about an eyeshadow palette in a little while, except for the YSL. Oh, by the way, I found out today we're not getting the new foundation that Maria was telling us about last night that she was trying. It's not coming here till next year. The Glow, the YSL Glow. Okay, this is just beautiful. I'm going to try to just do like an inner corner thing that's hopefully can compete with that pearly goodness. And take my little teeny tiny, and I think I'm just going to this one with, it's got a little bit of almost a golden hue. You know how like you have a friend in crisis and they call you and they just get it all out, and then you know that they're okay because they send you a text and it helped and you feel really good about it. I'm going to just tell her, I'm in my live. I love you. It's going to be awesome. Sorry, that's like an emergency. All right, this is really like just a very pretty palette. Let's just go crazy and I'm into this like purpley brown. Do you guys like purpley browns, or is it just me? Like a plummy brown. Let's see if I can kind of smoke this out with my little Shoto brush from Refer. Oh, that's going into a nighttime situation really nicely. See how pretty this is? Oh my gosh, I like that look too. Wow. All right, well, let's just see how some of these other shadows will perform as like just blending. Just to kind of turn it into more of an evening look. I'm going to go back into that little pearl one. And remember how I told you guys that I like to go like right at the edge here if you have a hooded eye? Instead of like wasting all the shadow, I tend to go in this way to really get it down by the lashes, because it's going to transfer itself no matter what I do. I mean, I'll do some setting spray. By the way, did you guys see that One Size is the #1 brand, the #1 selling item right now is that new setting spray from One Size? I think that's so neat. I like that look. Love the look. Love it. Oh my God. It's so great. I'm on live. Okay. So if you do like that little pearl, like right there, it will pop and it won't transfer as much if you like really concentrate it there. I want to put some liner in here just to get like a really kind of smoky look. I want something with a little like a smoke. Okay, so this is the Satin Kajal in Ash. I'm gonna give it a little sharpen. I'm very excited about the palette. I'm going to go in and just darken. What I like to do is go in heavy on the side over here, because it really like makes your eye much more open looking, and keep it just kind of simple over here. And I know that a lot of people are lining like all the way around, but I feel like at my age, it's just not going to work for me. What I can do is go right here behind the lashes also, and just take like a little smudger. And I'm just going to bring that out just a tad. So it's not like a wing, but it's got like the shape that I'm looking for. And then I can go back into like a taupe color to just make it really cohesive. I think this is stunning. I think the palette would complement the mineralscapes. The greens would neutralize the reds and oranges. I think we should try that. Jocelyn, you've got the ideas. All right, I'm feeling like this side of the palette for the cool tone people is definitely going to work. I'm very into this pearl situation. It's not sparkly. It is literally like, I'm gonna get you a little bit closer. This is so ridiculous. There we go. Okay. You can see that it's not emphasizing texture as much as I thought it would. And you could even go in with like one of these taupes, just with a very like pointed brush, and just make sure that you've got that kind of fake crease going so that if you have hooded eyes, it just makes them look bigger. And I love the liner on there. And then I think the Chantecaille liner. I had it with me today. Well, we're going to find something to put there. We went out for sushi tonight. I'm going to put the white just to kind of, oh, no, I'm not, because that fell off. What I'd really like is something with a little glitter. Not like glitter, but here, let's do the nude. Let's go nude. This is the Chantecaille. The brightening one. It just makes your eye look like more awake. It's called Nude. I gotta get ready for bed, but I'm so glad I got to see a little bit. Stunning. See you again soon. Bye, Lise. Okay, I'm going warm. You guys ready? The world is not ready. Okay, we're gonna ease into the reds with some of the warmer tones over here. I think I just want to start just kind of putting, I just want to put down some of this ivory color. Okay, now this one truly is what you would exactly think it is. It's just going to be a really nice one to even out your lid, kind of open up over here. So you just have like a nice base to go off of. And there are deeper colors here if you have deeper skin than me that you would be able to use. This is almost like a flax color. It's definitely not like a white, but it is not too much. I would call this like a just enough. It's really like spreadable. I think you get a lot out of it. I mean, that just kind of opened things up. It's going to be a good palette, you guys. These two colors over here look fairly easy to use, these two. So I'm going to go in with the Singe Beauty E03. And I'm going to go into this brown. And I'm going to find that brow bone. I'm going to go cheat a little bit just to get a darker color over here, just to push this back a little. They're very smooth. I'm not finding any chunks. There's no fallout at all. Let's take my fingers and I'm going to go into the one that was falling out, just to give this a little warmth. This is actually very pretty. You can do this really soft. You don't have to go crazy at the beginning. I'm just taking this taupey brown shade again. It's not really taupey. It really is like a khaki. But The colors are blending together really nicely. I'm going to take a smaller brush and go into maybe this winey color. Tap off. They are powdery. Like, I'm definitely getting kick up in these, but this formula always is powdery. Let's start soft. And just try to use this one to elongate. Everything that I do is always out and up because everything's falling down. I like that a lot. I'll bring this across a little bit. It's pretty. It's not too warm yet. I'm going to go into this golden shade. This is going to bronze things up substantially. Just to get like a little interest in the center. I'm going to darken up the crease a bit, but with a very fluffy brush so that I don't get too much depth too fast. This is the Wayne Goss number 4. I'm going to go over to this brown over here. That's a great color for the crease. All right, we got to go for it, you guys. It's her palette. Let's make it happen. We're going red. But at least kind of in the wine family. This is actually really very pretty color. This could be just really pretty with something in the center and then like a lip that would go with almost the same kind of a winey color. The shadows are super soft, definitely powdery. I have one of these little brushes that helps me kind of wing things out. I'm going to go back into this one. And really give that somewhere to go. Try not to carve too much of a V over here anymore because this side is really needing like some help. I'm going to clean up this area. Just to open the eye up a little bit. And then blend it out with kind of the flaxy color. So it's not too stark. Let's pull in a liner. I'm going to honor it with the Bordeaux, guys. Going with the idea of what they wanted. I'm going to take a little bit of the Bordeaux right there. I'm glad I didn't buy the Bordeaux palette from Victoria Beckham because I feel like this has all these colors in it. What I do after this, because my eye is so uneven, I love these Q-tips from Ulta that are a paddle, like a little paddle on one side and like pointed on the other. And I am going to take the pointed side first and just kind of pull this out. And I'm not pulling hard, but I am pulling straight. And then what I have found is that if I connect the bottom, I'm just going to do this with one of the simple brown shades right here, like with my face relaxed. And it pulls from the bottom instead of from the top. You don't have to worry as much about, let me take down the comment. See how it pulls out nicer? And because of this, I'm going to look straight into the mirror and just take a little bit extra of a deeper color just right there to kind of have the illusion that this is all pulling out together. Go on the lower lash line with, I'm going to go kind of like this, maybe these two together. Hi, honey. Can you close the door? Thank you. He calls our dog the little monkey. So you can lean into warm on this for sure. What I'm doing right now is plastic surgery to get that really like going out. That's a pretty look. Let's give it a little glitz and glamour. I am going to go back to the other side just to get this gold because I think it'll be like so fun and pretty. Like very holiday. See, that just, for me, took it to like a level that I can handle. Now it's a pretty look. I think that warm toned people are going to be just fine with this palette. I prefer the cool side because it's more light catching. The gold made it pop. It does. And let me line this one too, like with a kind of a dark. I love this color from Chanel Rouge Noir. Anytime I'm doing like a deeper kind of berry or wine or warm look, I think it builds out this lash so easily. And I'm just going to take a little bit back here because I'm kind of liking this color better. We're just going to smudge that a little. For my wing-ish. My wing-ish. These metallics and pearls, like I don't care who you are or where you are, like these will be your stars of the show. They're very pretty. I love the way that they're light catching versus like crazy sparkle. There is definitely like shimmer, but not glitter. These are definitely more metallic. and light catching. And it's going to be great on dark skin tones too. I can see why the model that they chose had very, very dark skin for one of the photos. And I think these are going to make darker skin pop, and these will blend in super nicely. What are your thoughts, guys? I think this palette is balanced. That is like the word that I feel when I look at it. I feel like they satisfied the souls of both cool and warm tone lovers alike. I do think that you can mix them, but there's the warm. There's the cool. And it's hard when you look at it on me because my undertone makes this look more orange than it really is. I'm going to smoke this out a little. All right, I'm going to take this off and we're going to keep going. I want to try some more combos. Do you guys like this one? Do you think the colors are good? Do you think this is something you would wear? Not happy that one of the pans popped out. I can just say that right off the bat. This is definitely going to stain. Let's try a couple one and dones and see what we can see happen first. I don't even want to take this one off. I'll wear it tomorrow. People tend to gravitate toward the colors that look good on them. But when you have an 18 pan palette that we haven't seen the likes of, well, I guess Natasha served us some big palettes just now, but it's amazing what happens when you have all these choices. I think the colors you chose look great. Thank you. I think it's going to be an all-time favorite for me. I love it. Wow. I love that. You know, when you spend this kind of money, because we're all in the wake of the, well, it's not Louis Vuitton prices. You guys, the palette's $110 for eyeshadow. It's a lot. So I definitely want to put this to the test for you guys. And I had to go there today. I really, really wanted to. I'm going to use my little trick just to see if I can kind of deepen up one of the sides for sure. This is Trench by Victoria Beckham, and it goes on me quite nude. And I really like the way that it helps my textured area over here. I feel like if you're smoother over here with a matte stick shadow, the rest of the look tends to come together. Just better looking. All right. Let me get a towel. Going to start running out of brushes. Okay. Let's look at these in quads. You know, like Natasha does. This is like very daytime over here. I think you've got some interesting ones here when you look at them in quads. I do think this like warm brown story, just like right here, could be really pretty. Should we try this? I want to try this. I want to try to embrace it because they're showing, I saw Lexi did a look that had, what was the browns from? I'm trying to think what line it was. She just had it up. And there was like mahogany or something running through the brown. Do you guys, anybody see? I think warm browns are going to be big. And it's funny, you know, they're showing like all these like purple liners and light blue liners. And, you know, when you look at something like this, it's just so much more sophisticated, like using these kinds of colors. Not that I'm like a sophisticated person, but it is kind of nice to have neutrals that have a little zip, like a little pizzazz. Let's go into this flaxy color again. I mean, you can really brighten up that inner eye with this. And then go into the warm brown. I'm going to kind of go over here and just mix these two. Just right at the edge. So this is like warmer without being totally warm. She's still texting me. I love it. I'm going to take a cooler brown just to smoke this out a little bit. See, I'm leaning into this crease right here and making that where it's getting longer. And then just doing that, like evening out. So I don't think it has to be overly warm on the warm side. I think you can go fairly neutral. I do want to just relax my eyes so these can be connected. But I mean, these colors are very autumnal. You know, they're like the kind of colors that you really can use. Like, this is a very usable palette. I feel like people would reach for this more than maybe one that isn't so neutral. I kind of want to do like a very fawn look. I'm going to take this color first and do a really light sweep over here. Just to have a little bit of a shadow. And I want to see what one of these metallics would look like just as a one and done. I'm going to go with this lighter one. Because I think a lot of times, like when we go out, we don't always have a ton of time to get ready. I mean, that took me like 30 seconds. And I feel like this is gorgeous. I love the twinkle of that one. This one has a little bit more pizzazz. Look at that. This is, I mean, there's so many of them that are like this. The, the kinds of colors that they did here, and the fact that they're powdery, but yet they're adhering like this, is sort of like an oxymoron. Beautiful neutral look. I mean, just, that was so easy. And if I wanted to, I could even go into one of these other taupes just to give it a little bit of depth without kind of losing that look. Good night, happiest in the garden. So pretty. Just so easy. All right, I'm going to do a little mixed action. I'm going to go over here and see if we can get one of these fun ones on this eye. Like, okay, I wore this to work. Now I'm going to go out. Just by adding some of this golden lightly. It opens up the eyes, doesn't it? While this palette's on my radar now, I would use at least 13 of the shades. I honestly, Jocelyn, was so ready to walk in there and not like it. I've been so mixed. There have been so many videos and so many photos, and this has been being passed around in front of us for so long. I really wasn't sure what to expect. But when you think about a balanced palette, I don't know. I mean, maybe you don't go so red, but she always does. I don't know. I just think this is a very wearable palette with a lot going on. I want to use this darker brown down here because there's this one like chocolatey brown. I think if you mixed it with this darker, kind of as a liner, and then smoke it. So many browns are in the clothes. Like my friend's store is basically like all denim and brown right now. Brown is everywhere. So I feel like these browns, if you take one of these warmer shades then to kind of get that gradient, and then because it's my eye, I got to go in and correct. It's just a really, everybody's got their little spots, you know, that they don't like. This is mine. My eyes used to be like up here. And like it's better with the zip. I just didn't have time to zip today. But you guys, I think this palette is really pretty. I mean, are there any colors anybody wants to see tried together that I haven't put? I would never use the top 5 from the left. You know what I want to see really what these look like all together. Because you think, I'm going to include this one because it deserves to be part of this. That is seriously shiny warmth. And it's not shimmery. It's literally like liquid metal. I mean, this is like fire. This one I feel like you could maybe incorporate. But you can see like what you would be able to do with playing with color, if that's your thing. I mean, nobody can say that these are not shadows that are able to be deepened out. All right, I'm going to make it red, just gonna go for it. I'm going to use this winey color, and I'm just going to use like little patting motions over here. Sometimes I think these wine colors are really pretty with the browns, and almost like that got pretty in a hurry, I think. God, this drives me crazy. There we go. All right, I would wear this now. I feel like it's a good mix of color. That was the one and done, basically, with the crease. It's a pretty palette. I'm going to go back over here and dip into this row. This is like the most stunning, like elegant, pretty eye. And I would do it like with a pearly lip, like something really simple, and like a shiny blush of some kind. The reds and coppers could be nice lipstick toppers for holiday looks. I think you could blend them with a clear lip gloss. Let's find out. I saw somebody try to use them as blush. It was not terrific. Let me get a palette and take this off. My lips are pretty chapped. Let me put some balm on. I don't know how it is that my lips are so chapped at this time of the year. We're still having warm days. Okay, I'm going into my Corda Balm. You guys know I love that. It's a great thing to put on uneven lips. Kind of fills them in. All right, let's do a science experiment. I like the way Joss is thinking today. I'm going to take my Armani gloss. And I honestly think that this one over here is probably going to be the best on me. Let's try it. It's definitely not in my comfort zone, but it is like the most holiday of the colors. And maybe we can sheer it out with the gloss. It's actually pretty. It's so true though. Makeup is just makeup. This is actually very pretty together. It like woke up my lips. It's kind of nice with this. It works. Jocelyn, you're hired. You can do this. They have like at the Container Store, or even like sometimes in the front at Target, or even in like the little, you know, reusable Tupperware throwaways. They have those little tiny jars. You could put like Aquaphor or something inexpensive, or a cheap clear lip gloss from the drugstore, and use it to mix the color to bring with you. And it's nice. Let's try a little brown and see if we can bring it into the 90s a little bit, because we got a lot of that going on. Oh yeah. Then you can have like a caramel color. And then maybe ombre. Rebecca always says it's always a face palette. But this is really nice. I think these are beautiful shadows. I think that they work extremely well. I think you can get a lot of different looks. This is almost like mod. You know, like if I did like a black liner like on the top and drew it out a little bit, like with my finger. Should we try? Let's try. Some kind of a darker. All of my liners are getting lower and lower. Should we try it with brown? No. I think I'm just going to go like right at my lashes. And then what I want to do, I'm going to take a very stiff, sharp brush and pull this using my bottom lash as the guide. And really like massage that into the lashes over here. And it doesn't have to be perfect when it goes on, because you can clean it up. I try to open up my eye at some point, like all the way, so I can see where it's going. And you can always take your liner on the actual brush. I'm just making sure I don't have too much. And I don't really usually go past like the middle of my eye. But I find that with a hooded eye, it is so much easier to use this bottom part as your guide than it is to try to jump over the layers of hooded eye that you have going on. But I think that looks really great. Like I'm ready with a different lip. This is a little warm. Let's try like one of the pearly ones. Grab. This is the Prada. They call it the white. It's the Balm. One that they just came out with a little while ago with the pink. I have one of these in my purse. I keep it there. It's called White. Normally what I would do is take my favorite like nude liner. From Mob Beauty. This is M159. I'm just overlining a tiny bit up here and then heading down. I melted my filler in my lips and I can see that they're just, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to last. We'll see. Okay. Then I like to take just any kind of like little stiff brush. And just kind of blur this a little. And then go in with the white. It's such a great color. And it feels amazing. But this is pretty. Together. Not that. This. But I like that you can use the reds. And I like that you have options. I've taken off the caps of so many liners that are over here right now. I want to just keep track of all of them. Guys, it's a beautiful palette. I think people are going to get a ton of wear out of it. I think this is going to be, as long as the pans stay in the pan and you don't bring it like around in travel, I guess, I think it's going to serve us very well. I'm interested to see how this is going to wear. But I have like zero complaints right now. I'm digging this Mod Eye. Very 60s. My husband would like this. Does anybody have any thoughts? Anything that they want to see next to it? Somebody said something about combining it with Mineral Scapes, which I think you totally could. For sure, the cool side is going to be complemented by these. It just gives you like so many more options. Even with the browns that are in here to kind of bring them over here with the greens. Like, okay, these are not warm, cool, whatever. And I know that it's ridiculous of how much eyeshadow I'm putting on right now. But you could easily take this into the greens and kind of have like a very khaki moment. It's almost like safari. Like that got really pretty just by adding some of the greens. And then also, one of the things that I remember with the remembrance, is that these were kind of all the same depth of color. You know, they're all kind of in that light range. You're going to be able to really bump up the volume on what you want to with the new palette. I think it complements these two really well. I think they've told a story. I even would be excited about taking one of the silvers here and literally just like right there. Good night, Joss. Guys, these are great palettes. I don't have a bad thing to say tonight. I think that everybody is going to be served up the kind of colors that they're looking for, whether it's warm or cool. I like these pearly things. I think that they did a great job with shimmers, mattes, pearly colors, whatever they're calling those, and these metallics are so impactful. Like even these, I mean, there's great shine to these, and I feel like that's the look right now. Your thoughts, anybody? Does anybody want to see any comparisons, anything like that? I know that Rebecca does great swatches over on her channel, and she has swatched this palette. She bought it when it popped up on Nordstrom. I missed it, even though I put it on my stories. I do have on my stories right now, and I will put the number in here. If you want one of these and you are tired of the games that we all feel like they've been playing, I'm not making a commission on this. This is totally not solicited by them. I just found them to be incredibly nice and helpful. So I will give you the information. It is an actual Byredo store, and it is in Oak Brook Mall in Illinois. This is Tay. She is my client advisor. She can be reached at 347-963-6603, and you will get a totally safe private, you know, like what Chanel does when they email you, you put in your credit card stuff and then it shows up as paid to the person. It's completely on the level, safe. I also made a connection today that they have a Chanel store that is all beauty in the small. So I went in and got the card from one of those girls because I have seen most of what is coming for holiday, and it's gorgeous. And I am going to make sure that everybody here gets the palettes that they want to get. Right? I need to back this up a little. It's like I'm like, hello. Woo. I want to make sure that it's stress-free for people, that people get what they want to get, and that they're not out there chasing and, you know, all that stuff. Chanel doesn't really go on sale anyway. I also met a girl at Nordstrom and found out that they are going to have 15% off. Let me pull out the info on that. I did a little shopping. Oh, she put a little things in here. Cute. Okay. So 15% off is going to be all the beauty, not the Victoria Beckham, they told me, beginning on 9/18 through 9/24. So if you need a sales associate at Nordstrom for that, everything else is going to be on sale, even the Augustina spotter, but not the Victoria Beckham. It did just come out, so I kind of get it. But if you have not ordered from Victoria Beckham before, it is 15% off for your first purchase. But now that I know that there was going to be a sale, I wasn't buying anything. This is in 3 days. But they have some really nice things at Nordstrom right now. I was excited. This one had a Valentino, which I haven't seen before. Are there any collections that you guys have seen photos of or care to? I can try to show you what I'm allowed. There's a lot of stuff on the Red app. If you haven't been on that, it's mostly people from Asia. And because so many of the factories are there, there are so many leaked photos that come out so incredibly early that you cannot post on Instagram or anything because the companies will have your head. But you can peruse, and it's a free app. The only thing is, like, I did not give like my phone information and all that because I didn't feel like that was necessary. So I'm just sort of like a voyeur. I'm not a poster on there, but it's nice. It's nice to be able to see what's coming so that you can kind of plan ahead and have an idea of which collections are going to be the best ones for you. There's so much stuff that they're going to be throwing at us now. Like, at this point, it's like the floodgates will be open and you just have to like take a breath. You're welcome to DM me and ask me, hey, is there anything else like this coming back? Hey, Maria. Maria, it's fabulous. This palette is outstanding. It's beautiful. It's fragile. One of the pans is already coming out, but check out my mod eye from the cool side and a warmer look. And we also added a little of the green from Mineralscapes just to kind of ground it a little bit. But these 3 palettes working together are amazing. Ooh, that wasn't good. It'll be fine, right? These are not good for people with arthritis. They're fine. Any thoughts? Anything anybody wants to see? I know the Clé de Peau was on Lexi's channel already. Maria, have you gotten any holiday goodies yet? Are you still working through fall? If you guys have not seen Maria's video on all of her Chanel foundations, it's wonderful. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you all. My favorite brush from Rephr has been, at least for face, has been this one that Alex Anel has designed. And I've been so bummed that I've only had one, that I've like saved it. It is so incredibly shaped how it has a tip over here, and this is like graduated on this side. It is just the perfect size for everything. I mean, you could even, you know, pull out eye looks with it, and they're coming out with it as a permanent brush. There's a really cute ad on the Rephr Instagram, and I'm sure it's on hers also, where she's like, yeah, I've really been missing her, and I'm not really sure. And it's like this whole thing about it. And then he it's called the AA01 on here, but I think they're calling it, I think it was 38, but I could be wrong. But it's permanent. We're going to get a whole bunch of these and have one for everything. It's also a great one, like to go and blend in like on the sides of blush, just to like make sure everything is like, you know, no harsh lines, so to speak. And I highly recommend everybody kind of taking a breath and realizing that the sales are going to be plentiful because no one is doing well right now. So I don't think that the Byredo has a sale. Just has anybody ever seen that for holiday? Because I did not. And I do think that this palette truly is limited. Not saying that in a way to make anybody crazy. What is going on up here? Like wiping makeup. But these do tend to sell out. I know it's available on Selfridges, which ships internationally. And I think it's great, you guys. And I think it's going to complement the other ones super well. But it is fragile. And you've got to be careful with it, with the pans popping out. But she's a beauty. I love her. I'm excited. I will get a lot of use out of this for sure. Do you guys have any thoughts about it? Anything anybody wants me to see or swatch again? Can't say they're not giving us color here or shine. Love the formulas. I picked up a couple other things. I wasn't going to pull them out tonight, but tomorrow the Lipstick Lesbians are having a free webinar. If you go on my stories or on their stories, it says, Beauty Queens, we've been cooking up something big inside our course community. They call it Little Lab, 2 L's, the Lipstick Lesbian Lab. I think it's cute. This isn't your average master class. We have experts bringing nearly 60 years of combined experience into one-of-a-kind product development masterclass. Are you ready to take the deepest dive into beauty you've ever done? Join us for our free webinar. It is tomorrow. No, I'm sorry. Is tomorrow the 16th? Yes, it's tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our live tomorrow, I'm going to not do, and I'm going to post this. There is a link for everybody on their website and on here for the free webinar. And I want to be educated. Like, I'm super excited. You like the left-hand side of the palette, me too. And we all do. We did mix up a gloss, though, with the reds, and it was good. And then I took it off and put on my Pearly Prada. So this is what it looks like on their page. Whoa.
Hi guys,
This one. And there's a thing that you just fill out, give them their email, and sounds good to me. I'm always up for learning something new. Has anyone seen that Love Shack Fancy did a Lawless collab with lip gloss? I'll be trying this out later this week. It's a pearly color. I think that we're going to be seeing a lot of glitz and glam coming our way. Other thing I picked up today, which I am super excited about, are these new micro stroke brow pens from Anastasia. They're the kind that stay on for like 24 hours. And they have cool tones. They have warm tones. I tried them in the store. They're really, really do look like hair strokes when you do it. I'm excited to see how this wears because it's the kind of thing that I would want at the beach with my eyebrows. You got the ND palette today, the lighter one. Looks good, but haven't tried it yet. Maria, I look forward to what you have to say about it. I am not ready to buy that palette yet. I looked at it with Need a Nude and Glam, and I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I'm good, especially with this. We have a whole new kind of texture, and these shadows are just, I mean, they're popping, you know? I'm good with it. They're a little powdery, but not on the eye, and no fallout. Okay, last night my battery was dead when I was talking about my current body, and I wanted to show you guys the inside of this. Inside the mask, there are literally lights the entire thing. So no matter where you're going with it, you're going to get them. And it fits super snugly. I don't want to put makeup on here, but on the face. It even goes under the chin and around the sides, like where I need it. And they've really concentrated around the eyes and around the mouth. It is the nicest 10 minutes of my day because I just relax. And last night we talked a little bit about it, but I really feel like the LED is quite helpful. Let me pull this up. So CurrentBody isn't just like a mask because there's so many gadgets out there and so many things on Amazon that you can look at. But with CurrentBody, they are part of a group that is collecting the best electronic and spa-like services and bringing them to a home audience. So they bought Zip for microcurrent, and they bought hang on, there's several companies. They bought Zip, they bought the Tria, which is like hair removal. They're amassing. They have a radio frequency one. They are going to have a whole tech beauty at home business. And I like the fact that this is FDA cleared. So you're not messing around. It has the red light for that top layer, the infrared for collagen, and then even deeper for the structural stuff, which is the sagging is what's really getting to me. Wrinkles I've had for a long time. The Series 2 is so much better than the Series 1 in comfort and in number of lights. I feel like my skin has gotten so much better. I'm going to show you guys. They have the Tria. They have LED microcurrent, radio frequency, laser grade tech for home. And looks like they're trying to get an IPO in London. It's a UK brand. They test all of the lights to make sure that they're at the right levels. And if you need really good information on that, I think Penn Smith is an awesome place to go. Oh, Felice, we played with the new palette. It's really pretty. Don't worry. I want one of those masks, but I'm scared. There's nothing to be scared of with these. They don't feel like anything. They're not hot. You just put it on and it works its magic. It's clinically tested. It's FDA cleared. It has the neck and deck piece also, so that if you want to do everything like I tell you guys, boobs up, you can. It's independently reviewed. You know, this other company is the one that's testing it, and they give you this card. There's no downtime. There's no pain. There's no anything. I really feel like for me, the inflammation is the biggest thing. I'm going to show you some pictures that are going to scare you a little bit, but you guys saw me without my makeup on last night or eyebrows, and these pictures are even prettier. Let me show you what I looked like when we started. I put this in my phone. Hang on. I've used my zip or LED mask for a while, so I'm going to get back into it for the next few months. It's really hard when you have these devices because you have to actually use them to work. And I find that hard. Okay, you guys, these are not like glamour shots. They're kind of scary. Let me find the date. All right. I think when you see these, you will see why I think these devices are working. Are y'all ready? Here we go. Okay, I'm going to take like a deep breath. I'm going to have like a drink of water. I'm going to need oxygen. Ready? This is with about 2 months of use. So this is what the wrinkling is like. I'm going to zoom you in. I should probably just take off my foundation at this point. We'll just let it all hang out because that's how we roll around here. You can see that I've lost weight and my skin was used to being puffed out. I had gotten heavier, like much heavier. I lost a lot of weight. It was during the times when I was having all of my foot surgeries. I just decided to get my act together. Just using some Bioderma. I'm going to leave the eyeshadow on for now because it doesn't really have anything to do with it. Okay, so that's how deep those wrinkles were looking. And I'm just going to remove this. Get you guys a little closer. This is improved. I mean, substantially. This is my bad side because this is the side that I sleep on every single night. I just go like this and like wanna. But this is from the zip and the microcurrent. I did, like I told you guys, have some filler put here and here. I split one unit. I was looking very deflated in here. I'm using a little bit of a lighter concealer like right here if I'm feeling the hollowness. But this is my good side. Let me show you a couple more glamour shots. Here's my chin. And you can see the boob creases. These, it reminds me of like my grandmother. Oh, I do not. I don't have beautiful skin. I have beautiful makeup and skincare. You can see that my neck is not as bad. What a relief. This is the bad side eye. Here's me head on. Let me move this. Definitely have more here than I do on this side. So I'm kind of, you know, like I need to even things out when I'm doing my makeup. But I know that this part of it isn't, you know, doesn't, you have to take into account that I did some Botox right here and some filler. But I have to say it's working. And this has only been like 2 months. Let me switch this back. Got cotton hanging. I'm all smooth from last night, though. It's definitely working. I think that the zip in the morning to lift stuff up before I do my makeup is key. And I think winding my day down with my LED before I do all of my skincare has been perfection for me. But there are days when I forget and put my skincare on and I do it in the morning and then I go into my zip. There's no downtime with the CurrentBody. Like you can, first of all, you can walk around with it if you want, like if you don't want your 10 minutes. I had to go online to figure out how to put the straps on. It's my Halloween costume this year. I'm going as an old woman. I think this is worth the money because It's the best one that they make. It's hands down the softest, the most pliable, the most bulbs, and walk around your house if you want, or just lay down on your bed like I do and don't let anybody bother you for 10 minutes. Close your eyes and wake up and know that you're doing really good things for collagen production and for brightening and evening tone. I mean, you can see like, I should probably just take my sweater off. I have a tank top on. Okay. I'm only doing this because I love you all. I just don't want my bracelet to catch on my sweater. Okay. You can see I wear these tank tops like all the time. I mean, it's substantially better. I had filler there. It's gone. I think I have less of the discoloration right here. My eyes up here, I'm always discolored here. But my sunspots are fading. I think I just look better than I did in these pictures, but you can see that it's working. I mean, it's hard to not notice. Even just like the amount of bounce that my skin looks like it has. All right, I can't even look at these anymore. But I'm not horrified being on right now like this. So I guess that says a lot. Okay, let's see what we have here. It's definitely working. Do you use it twice a day? No, once. 10 minutes is supposed to be the most that you would do in a day because the downtime part of doing LED where your skin is recuperating or, you know, whatever it's doing, it needs the time before you do it again. Yeah. Can't handle it. Which one would you get first? That is such a hard question. I didn't know about LED when I bought my first zip. Can I back this up just a teeny bit? Like I'm sitting here with 2 colors of eyeshadow and a lot of wrinkles. I had the original zip. When the zip first came out, it went on sale for Black Friday, and I was like, I am getting this thing. And when I tell you that mine broke, probably went through 5 of them. It got to the point where I knew the woman at the distribution area who was sending me back. And you know what she told me to do? She told me to go buy one at like Neiman Marcus or one of those places and return the other one. And I was like, you're telling me to do that? She said, yes. I kind of gave up on the other one. And when the Nano came out and I saw that the tech was a lot better, I went for it again because I do think that it helps with collagen production, and I do think that it helps drain the fluid that we wake up with. If you wake up in the morning and you tap here and here and here, and then you go in here and this area, I have a roller also to drain this lymph. I usually do it when my eye patches are on. I get into like a good massage when I'm washing my face. Lisa Eldridge has the best massage video. If you can look it up on her channel. I modeled mine after what she was doing. And if you've ever had a facial before, I just try to get blood and circulation moving because I think a lot of our problems when we get older have to do with that. It's like it all depends on what it is that you want to do. You know, do you want to work on lifting? Do you want to work on overall skin health, your even tone, fading of wrinkles, sunspots? They're like a match made in heaven, but it's very difficult to buy both at one time. I'll show you some before and afters from their website that are not me. So that crazy, I mean, I still have some sunspots, there's no question. But to me, like, especially the ones that were up here are fading. And you can see that the color of just the overall tone here is substantially better. They have upgraded this mask from the first one to have more lights that were more exact of near red and infrared. I do have a code for 10% off. I'm probably thinking that they'll do something during the holidays. I can try to find out what that's going to be. The zip you can normally get for 20% off, but now that they own it, I don't know, because Melanie Simon was she never wanted to go on sale, ever. And I don't know if she still is an owner of it. Kim Kardashian's using it. You got to get one. Halle Berry's using it. Oh, the girl from Emily in Paris. It's interesting. If you watch Penn Smith, who I know I talk about a lot, but she's like my favorite esthetician. Her favorite at-home modality, hands down, is the LED. To the point where she has like the bag and she's got the panel. And I think anybody who suffers from seasonal affective disorder, I think can really benefit from it also. You know, I get the winter sads. I get kind of bummed out when the days are really short and the nights are long and you feel like it's dark out at 4 o'clock and like you got to get home. It's just, it does a number on me. Like by February, I'm usually ready to just get put into like a rubber room. I do think that they're worth it. I do think that these products are on the up and up, and they're not paying me yes, they gave it to me, but they're not, I mean, I don't know if they're going to even see this if they see that there's like a search. I, what do you think, Maria, between the two? Holly, are you in your 40s or 50s? Hi, Molly. Oh no, you had some stuff come up and you'll watch the replay, but whoa, you look so pretty, Byredo. Must be a hit. This is the cool side. The only thing you have to worry about with the Byredo a little bit is the pans popping out. We had a little pan pop. So we're trying to talk about the difference between getting the zip versus getting LED. I mean, they both treat you actually love the warm side. I added a little green to it from the Mineralscape, so it got less crazy. And there's a lot of red, but we made a lip gloss out of it. It was fantastic. I like the fact that you can treat this part of you also, and I have a lot of sun damage here that I don't use the zip, obviously. It's 10 minutes. The zip, it depends on which cocktail, I think that's what she calls them, you choose. I usually wind up like, you start to freeform it after a while. There's one called Lift, and when you turn it on, it's just the lift. And I'll sit there like while I'm watching a TV show, and I'll be like, wow, I've really zipped a whole lot, and that was great. But if I'm going to like a important event, you bet I'm moving the stuff up with the zip, and it's substantial. Want to see? I haven't done it today. I'll do it. I'll do it for science and Holly. The one thing you can't have on at all, the mask seems way easier for a lazy person. It is, because you can do it like while you're laying in bed. I mean, I think if you're in your 40s and you're not having your skin fall off of your chin like I am, I think LED is probably a great place to start. And if you're worried about the sagging, I think the zip is going to give you immediate results. But I really think that both of them are going to stimulate collagen, and you're going to win either way. But the thing is, you have to commit to doing it. And like Maria just said, I got to start doing it again. And, I've gone through phases where I don't do it. It's hard to stick with something that you have to really like do all the time. Let me get a scrunchie. Hang on one second. I was out of gel. Every time I grab something somewhere, I wind up with dog hair on me right now. He is shedding so bad. Okay, so with the zip, the other thing is you have added expenses because you need conductive gel. And there are many conductive gels. It just has to be, you know, it has to have minerals that work with microcurrent. The ones from Zip, there are several. This is the golden gel, and this is like the most anti-aging one that they have. It's got an amazing ingredient deck. Let me pull up my Zip. So they do have bundles and they do have like subscription services, but you need to know the device is for, so figure you get $80 off during the holiday. I'm thinking 20% is a reasonable guess. And then there are different gels. So let's see. Okay, so the golden gel is like the, oh wow, it went up to 129. It was 100. And I think you can get it for less than that. But this is the one that's got the collagen boosting stuff, and it has tons of actives. There's growth factors, niacinamide, 14 karat gold. It's the gold standard of their gels. The crystal gel is best if you're going for glow. It has a lot of stuff in it that will help brighten your skin. So if you're looking to lighten things up, that's your best bet. They have the silver gel, and this was the one that is for hydrating and soothing and brightening. And then they have a clear gel. This is somebody who is a little bit more oily and acne prone. Just is going to not break you out. They have discovery gels, so you can try them. But if you go on Amazon, there are companies that sell gel that isn't as expensive as this. Okay, take off my rings. You cannot have any oil on your face whatsoever. I always have a headband. I'm very into my headbands, you guys. They're very stylish. But I love the fact that these are terry cloth from Amazon, because anything that like comes up here doesn't ruin my hair, because it'll get soaked up into the terry cloth like we did last night. I always put some kind of water-based hydrator on first. I think it is really beneficial to have like that extra drink of water. All right, I think this guy is like dead. I don't feel like sitting in dealing with that right now. I always give it like a good shake. I don't know. It seems like the right thing to do. And I take about that much to start with. It's very runny. Try to spread it. Take off my earrings too. My necklace. You want to get right here because you're going to go into the eyelid area. This is a very tender area right here. You want to make sure that you have gel here and here. This is where I'm going to get a towel and take off my other jewelry because it's going to get all gross. So if you weren't here before, Nordstrom is having a sale starting on the 18th to the 24th. They're going to have 15% off of all beauty, not Victoria Beckham. So if you're interested in any of like the new stuff that's come out, wait. It's the first sale of many. I always tend to need a little extra up here. And you'll know when you're putting this on if you don't have enough. You gotta be careful not to get it in your eye, like I just did. Okay. It turns on here. When you turn your zip on, it has what's called the lift program. So you don't have to use the app, but I'm going to show you how the app works. I always put a little bit of gel on these because I think it helps get things going at the beginning. The lift one is the one that you can freeform the most. On the App Store, there's a zip app, and you put yourself into here and sign up for it with your device. And you can go through here. They have a brow lift. They have the lift, which is an immediate lift in just 4 minutes. We'll try that one next. That's the one that's on here right now. They have learn about your halo. Instant gratification is the immediate glow and lift. Maybe we should do that one. It's 6 minutes though. They have the all-inclusive to achieve otherworldly glow. So there's different ones you can do. She's got ones for jowls. She has ones for lips. She has ones for toning. She has ones for contour, eyes, puffiness, lifting the brow. There's just a ton. And what you do is you click on one of them. I think we'll just do the 4 minutes so you guys aren't bored to death. And that's the one that's on here, but I'm just going to go like this, start treatment. And you hear the beep. And then she tells you what to do. She's right there. I'm going to pause her even though she does give directions. I always start here. And you'll listen and feel a vibration. You're holding until you feel the vibration. And everything is always going up in the direction that you really want it to go. You guys are going to, it's so wild what happens. It's like, I do a lot of these. And you don't have to push hard. The device does the heavy lifting. There's no reason to put like extra pressure. I tend to try to wiggle a little bit if it's like kind of stinging. You know, I did shave my face last night, so it's still a little sensitive. If you pick anything, you should avoid it. And you'll start to see the amazing difference. But it's not like it lasts, you know, forever. You have to keep doing it for it to give you these good results. It's not like you get to a point and you can stop. When you stop, it stops. With LED, I feel like you're getting something, and unless you go back and, you know, go in the sun and stuff, I think it can only really get better. But it's what you're going to use. It's what you're going to pick up. And it's hard. Does it fix pre-jowls? There is a jowl thing. She has you go like this. You hold it here. And let's go on this side. First of all, you can already see that this side, I'm just going to stay on this side, so because this will be like the 4-minute one on here. The jowl one is a lot of these, and she does it at 3 different intensities. So you're over here, and then you kind of work over here. Like, she guides you. You just mimic her. You can watch her. It's just that I've memorized these already. And this one is a free form, and I know where I have to go to get things lifted because I've been using this for a long time. I like to get the tail of my brow like up. I need lid space, as you saw when we were putting on makeup. As you can see, that there's like an immediate benefit. It's kind of wild. It's like one day I woke up and noticed that I had slight jowls. Yeah, mine aren't very slight anymore. They're just, they're not great. And the thing about LED is that it does work on that also. It is, the collagen boosting is what we're all trying to do because that's what we've lost. That's why we don't have the elasticity. It's about hormone changes. And, you know, everything is slower. I feel like it's harder to lose weight now. It's harder to keep weight off. It's harder to, you know, get in shape. It's harder to get out of bed. It's just harder, a lot of things. Okay, so that's 4 minutes. It's a good 4 minutes. I'll do the jowl one for you. It's called jowls. I wish there was a better word. It does. It does look nice. I mean, truly. I'm going to turn it on. All right, for this treatment, we want to make sure we got our my beeps. You can skip her if you want. She'll show you exactly what to do. So she shows you. Right here in the attachment until you feel the vibration. Okay, now we're going to do that again. I'm holding right here until I feel the vibration. Okay, so what she did was she started here. You're going to do 3 of these on the jowls. Uh-oh. There we go. You really have to turn these it has to, the gel has to be on, and both of these have to be touching your skin. Then you start to move up here. It does help the look. Okay. Oops. I got one high up. And then it goes to double intensity. So you're going to feel that difference. Yeah. You can feel that. And it's intense. And if it is too intense, you can move it back and forth. So that was 2 minutes and it's lifted. I mean, this is my problem area. But I also think that the mask is helping build collagen, which is making this structure of my face so that this will work. You know, like if you don't have things going on underneath, you're not going to be able to build anything. Oh, I feel that one. You can kind of feel it like in your teeth. It helps. It helps. Night, y'all. Have to help my husband get ready for bed. Oh, he had spinal fusion surgery. Holly, can you send me your email, please, or DM me of who you are on Instagram? Can everyone do that, please? Just DM me and tell me your Instagram names. Holly, we're wishing you a good night's sleep because that's really hard. My husband had spinal surgery. His whole C4 blew out. They had to rebuild both sides. It's a lot. So be kind to yourself. You're always taking care of people. You're a good girl. Thanks for being here. That's all I got for you guys tonight. I did pick up a few more things that I'll show you guys in my next video. And I highly recommend for tomorrow night. I'm not going to go live because I want to go to the live that the Lipstick Lesbians are offering. That's like a phenomenal class that's for free that we can all go to. It is on my stories. It is on their stories. You just put your info in and they send you an invitation. So it looks like it's going to be really good. I'm so interested in product development and all of the things that they teach. It's just fascinating to me. Anybody want to see any last swatches or have any words of wisdom tonight? The things that I have done on here right now, if my son ever saw this, I think he would like just keel over. It's kind of weird and wild. Yeah. But, all right. if no one has anything else, I will probably see all of you, depending on how the week goes. We'll see another day this week, but for sure I'll be on Sunday. I did pick up a couple things. I have the Anastasia brow pencil pens. I got the new lip balm from Violette FR, and I bought another one of her balms to try with it because it dried me out. And this is supposed to be something you can put on underneath it. Oh, fun. I haven't seen that they're doing a live. Ryan would die. Ryan would die and kill me. It would not be good. He would be mortified if he knew that this is what I was doing. I think Rick would be mortified. But I love my zip. I really, really love my zip. And I really, really love my LED. And I think after seeing those pictures tonight, you kind of get it. It's sort of, you use them for a while and you feel like, hey, I'm looking great. And then you kind of go off and then you have to pull yourself back on. The mask last night would really get them. Well, you should see them when I have my masks on. I'm like talking to them, be like, I can't take you seriously right now. It was like you last night. So funny. You guys, everybody send Molly some positive energy. She is having a very hard time at work right now. And I just want to send a lot of love her way tonight. Wait for the sale at Nordstrom. It's the first of many. Pace yourself. There is going to be a lot coming. I know that you've seen Guerlain, but there's more that has not been shown yet. So don't think that that's done. The Clé de Peau was done by Lexi already. There's only one highlighter this time and the eyeshadow palette. And the lipstick, even though it looks like it's red, it's actually what she referred to as a neon orange pink red. It's like right up my alley there. Chanel is going to blow you away, and there's a lot of it. The Dior has been shown already. I have not seen Chantecaille. The Tom Ford, we've seen pictures. It looks like they're bringing back a bunch of palettes from the past. Could they please bring back my Sugar Glider lipstick? Because it's really all I want is that lipstick, please. I'm trying to think of what other brands will have a collection. I think it'll be interesting to see what Danessa comes out with. I bet she adds to her Freedom palette, which I think is really cool. Very colorful. I'd love for her to come out with a fun neutrals one. Oh my gosh, Ryan just texted. It's not because of this. I'm guessing he sent. I'm telling you, our love language is sending each other Instagram dog videos. It's fantastic. I love my son so much. Who else? I haven't seen, well, I don't think the Dolce & Gabbana holiday is the hearts. Do you think that's holiday? I don't. I'm sure Charlotte will have like a big, pillow talk bonanza something. She's got those two look in a palette things, like the whole face on one palette I saw. I'm trying to think of what else I've seen. Name a brand. Thank you. My opinion, if you have one of those, if you have one highlighter from Clé de Peau, you have all the highlighters from Clé de Peau, unless you want one that leans warm or leans cool. And everybody thinks they're real sparkly because they have an overspray. They're actually like a really beautiful, they are like an ethereal, very pretty highlight. What highlighters did I see today that I was like, ooh. Oh, I have photos for you guys. Hang on. Not this one anymore. Like we're so done with that. Just no. Okay. I took pictures today. I don't know why they aren't showing up on my computer. Like, does anyone know how to sync the photos? Because I did all of these swatches. Okay, I saw the Glossier blushes, those powder blushes. Not good. Oh, I saw the Hung Van Gogh. They're really pretty. I have video. Like, how do you... Wait a minute. It said something. Synced with iCloud just now. No, it did not. It didn't. All right, we're going to have to do this way. Okay, these are the blushes from Glossier. They are so grabby and like dry and just bleh. I don't get it. The one, God, the music at Sephora, they're a big no. The neutrals palette from Hung Van Gogh is like gorgeous. Look at the purple. Okay, these are all the colors. Fine. Up here, the warm one is beautiful, and the neutral one is gorgeous. It reminded me a lot of the Glam palette. I didn't buy it because it was $50, and I feel like there's so many other things that I think I want to buy. Oh, I swatched the liners from Sarah Creel. Guys, if you have a hard time keeping an eyeliner on, imagine the old Marc Jacobs like gel feeling kind of a liner. Like that's the kind of slip that you get. When I tell you that the blending time is short, the blending time is short. It is like the perfect thing I would think to put like in your waterline, just kind of like stay like that for like 5 seconds. And I don't think it would transfer. I had an extremely hard time getting it off of my hand. The colors were pretty basic. Black, bronzy, golden, rich cocoa, copper, and everyday taupe. They remind me very much of the Marc Jacobs. Sarah Creel liners. We have. What else did they have? Oh, I did the Dior's for you guys. Didn't buy one. Returned. These are not for me. So I swatched for you guys, and I'll post these. This is Universal. Oh, God. That is the rose gold. And that is the pearly peach. The pearly peach I thought was pretty. This is Universal. If you like a highlighter that looks like highlighter. It's kind of a taste thing. That is the pearly peach. And then what I do is I blended them together so you could kind of get an idea of the vibe. Blend it out. And that's pretty. The pearly peach could be very pretty.
Blend it out.
This one was, I think, the rose gold.
Okay, then on top I have the rose gold.
The rose gold is deeper and almost went more to fuchsia. If you're interested in the swatches, DM me, I'll send them to you. I mean, this palette is stupendous. I give it 100% of my love, even with the red shades. Just those cool tones alone will do it for me. And that's all I got for you guys tonight. Anybody have any words of wisdom or anything else that you would like to share? You do have to clean this off. I use a little bit of Bioderma, and usually you can spray the thing with a little hypochlorous acid just to make sure that it's all cleaned up. This needs to charge on the charger that it came with. Same with the LED. I will continue to show you guys because I am going to do this diligently through the holidays to really show you what I think is working. And I know that there's a difference right now, and I was very open and honest about this part of my face getting some help, but clearly there's nothing you can do here except devices. And I've heard that radio frequency, the other device that they have, works really well for that. Who knows? Maybe they'll like me enough to send me one. We'll find out. But I do think that both of these have been studied, proven, used by people, and I think they're both extremely respectable, useful, clearly working tools. But it's like the exercise bicycle that turns into like the clothes hanger in your room where things are like just draped on it. You got to use it or you lose it. That's it, guys. Good night, everybody. I hope that everybody has a good night. And I'm excited for the lipstick lesbian thing. Sign up for it. It looks really cool. It's at 7 o'clock Eastern. I'm dying to see them in action, really teaching. Like, it sounds like they've put so much into this. I'm really excited for it. Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming. Don't tell anybody I did all this.